welcome everybody to another full item randomizer tournament race. I'm Garfield Lightning, and today I'm joined by Drieky. Welcome.
Hello. We've already had some drama and excitement today. Why not keep the ball rolling with these two, wingidge and Drieky?
I'm looking forward to it. These two, these two are no stranger to the World of Item Randomizer. They participated in the tournament last year, and both pretty similarly. Wingidge got a little further, but Drieky's only 2 losses last year were to the 2 finalists, so I think this will be a good race. Yeah, let's see if we get any nice items early on.
So we get any nice starters early on.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen the new wave of item rando, we do have a few. There are a few things have changed since last year. You can see that we can bike indoors now, for a start, and there's a few things that just generally speed up these races, make it a little easier to fit them into the SpeedGaming schedule. Alright, so okay, so we got Stantler and Typhlosion. Those are both pretty good.
Drieky's gonna be so sad to see that Typhlosion is just there. It's one of the favorite mains for us to run. How about an early fog badge?
Alright. Not bad, not bad. So they both picked the Stantler. Which, I mean, I guess I don't think the Cry really matters as much now with with how fast the battles go. I think it like cuts it off a little bit. Maybe it matters a little, but not as much as it used to. The length of the Cry. That would be the downside to using Typhlosion. The Stantler,
everyone's favorite Cry.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll see some Jinx mains this tournament. You know, it's not too bad anymore. Right?
We'll probably see both at least look at what's going on Route 30. Did Drieky buy any Pokeballs, or is he content with the Stantler?
It doesn't look like it. Looks like he's just... Well, I don't know. I'm not sure actually happening. I was just moving things around at the time.
So one thing that's going to happen here, you see Wingidge started at night, so he'll have a different encounter pool.
I think it's just the levels that vary in this one. I think the encounters are still the same in the randomizer. We have another badge right away, the Earth badge. Nice to see some badges. We will need all of those before we take on Red. And the SS ticket, that is early Kanto access. Although we will need to get to. Okay, we got this is. I've got to adjust to this after my last race. There was like nothing early on, and suddenly we've got like secret potions, SS ticket. Goodness me.
Basically, the game's saying, hey, you probably want to go to Olivine as soon as you can.
Yeah, I mean, if we can. Can't go there just yet. We will need either the pass or the squirt bottle to get there.
And because of early fly logic, we might not even want to do something like that. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, there are a certain number of places where the HM02 fly and the storm badge can be. They can't be too out of the way. You don't have to take the boat. You don't have to go east of Mahogany. You don't have to use waterfall to go over Toto Falls. There's a few other things.
Can't expect you to go to West Kanto. Can't expect you to go to the power plant or anything behind it. There's a little nuance to where fly can be, and you can kind of stay within that to have an idea of how you want to route, because fast travel is very nice in this game. Otherwise, you're biking back and forth basically everywhere.
Some solid items, some solid moves rather on this Stantler. We've got Sludge Bomb and Thunderbolt right away. Stantler can work on both physical and special, and now we get Stab Tri-Attack, which we will probably replace with Strength when we get it, just because of PP. But Tri-Attack, same power. Got a little chance of those nice status effects to help you out as well. So yeah, pretty solid Stantler.
Has that small percentage each of either paralyzing, freezing, or burning your opponent.
Yeah, it's like I forget if the probabilities change a little bit between gens. I think it's about 20% for one of those things, like about 6.6% each, something like that. know, we do have the SS ticket, and if we can get to Kanto, we might just, you know, we might just switch off the Stantler anyway. But can't get there yet.
We can decide to take some of these wilds, get a little extra experience on the Stantler is going to make both Sprout Tower and Violet Gym just a little bit easier. And Drieky's going to make his way into Sprout Tower here.
Yep, he's checked everything he can so far. Got to go in here now.
There's a nice TM to have.
Yeah, I mean there are PP issues there as well. If we didn't have Tri Attack, it would be pretty nice. It could be different, good on different Pokemon though. Definitely worth keeping.
A little tale of two routes here. We have Wingidge deciding to go right into Violet Gym.
Yeah, you don't have to go to Sprout Tower to do this. A lot of people will go into Sprout Tower to get a few more levels and just because there's a few items in here, but you don't have to. Nothing here yet, though. How the Stantler is just tearing through the early game, you'll have to see it.
And just like that, we are done with Faulkner, and he doesn't have anything for us, but he is our gate to progression here.
Yeah, we will have to head south of Violet to see what our major progression is. It looks like, unless there's something here in the last two items in the Sprout Tower.
And I got two more things to look at here. That standing item, and then the Elder usually gives you HM5. Well, we can forget Sludge Bomb if we want to relearn it later. And even though Drieky has that revive that we picked up here in Sprout Tower, there are no Pokemon sitting in the waiting, so if we get knocked out, we'll be sitting our way back at Violet Gym. Ooh, that is slightly unfortunate, getting burned there on the first shot.
Yeah, he doesn't want to use his full restore. He has a full heal, he's deciding not to use it. Oh, hello. So that's scary.
That's asking for trouble here.
Oh dear. Might have to break out that full restore.
Yeah, going for the Thunderbolt route. You could probably Mach Punch it, but if... I don't know. Just play it safe.
Oh boy. Oh, if we haven't hit by Bone Rang there, I think we would have died. So Drieky getting away with it there a little bit, but nothing on the Elder either. So yep, definitely gonna have to go south of Violet.
If you thought the Stantler on Wingidge's side went through Violet Gym fast, wait till this one gets moving. I don't know how much you like to read into early placements of items. I'm not sure how to feel about that fog badge right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean it'll be quite nice. It's quite nice to get Surf because you can potentially get some high level mains around here. Like you can go into, we can go down into Union Basement, for example. Get some level 20 plus Pokemon down there.
Yeah, the real winner is if we see a pass, you can possibly move to a level 38 in the Vermilion Dock, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. Again, you will need Surf for that, but we're halfway there.
And even, barring that, you can still get a level 30 over on Route 16 Cycling Road. So leaving Violet, looks like Wingidge has just the slightest amount of... Oh, he hasn't done Escape Rope Chamber yet. Okay.
Drieky slightly ahead. Not much in it at the moment.
So down we go. Now that actually might come in handy, that Polka Dot Bow, as a held item for the Stantler moving forward with stab normal moves.
Yep. He gets a Full Restore to replace the one he had to use earlier.
And we're playing on extreme item placement, so these hiddens aren't going to be any key items or anything of the sort, but they are going to be somewhat helpful in some situations. A lot of held items in that pool.
Yeah, when we get to the knockout stages, we will add a few more items into the pool to spice things up even more. But it's not for a while. And now Drieky has something he can revive.
And also a Pokemon to teach some movement tech to, if you want to, throw, say, Surf on the Onix, or eventually Fly.
After that Blazing Start, we haven't really had any progress in a while, but it's got to come relatively soon. Well, I say that. There could be nothing until Goldenrod.
Yeah, there's a lot in front of us here. We got all of Azalea. There's plenty through Ilex Forest, Goldenrod, north of Goldenrod. Our progression can be in a lot of places right now. Question is, are we going to see Pass or Squirt Bottle first? And does anyone decide that they feel like skipping Azalea today?
Doesn't look like Wingy just is planning on it anyway.
Drieky, take this moment to make sure he gets a little bit of shopping out of the way. Don't want to run out of repels while you're running into areas that have wild Pokemon all over.
Yeah, without any progression, it's a pretty tough ask, I think, to skip Azalea. We don't have either part of Fly either.
I mean, I don't know if I would, but I know some people would be like, well, clearly it's gonna be on the Kenya turn-in, and they just run ahead and do it anyway.
You don't, leave Surf here either. There's a lot of stuff that we really don't want to skip at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah,
we'll be seeing double here for just a little bit.
Yeah, like Jackstronomy said, this main is very good at the moment. Great stab move and strong coverage options as well. I say that we don't really have anything great for Rhydon, but we do at least have Mach Punch, so we can whittle it down a little. I guess the only awkward thing would be that would be about keeping this as a main. It would be like which stat do you set up with? Because like you have because your most spammable move is a normal move, but then your coverage options are going to be Thunderbolt and Surf when you teach it. But it's not a huge problem, I suppose.
So Drieky took a moment to put on that polka dot bow so that your tri-attack is slightly stronger. But also we saw him take a save, because I don't believe he has any healing items right now.
Did he already use his other full restore?
Well, he might have that, and I think that's it. We saw both use both their potion and their rage candy bar that they picked up early, and haven't bought any super potions as of yet.
Yeah, Drieky also taught Karate Chop. Just a slightly stronger move than Mach Punch. Probably maybe after seeing that ride on, like, I wanna get all the damage I can out and against those rock types.
And Karate Chop does, of course, have an increased critical hit ratio as well.
Restore.
That's
They're
always
everywhere.
Good. Once again, we're going to take opposite routes here. Drieky deciding to say no to Azalea Gym. This might be rival 2 into Ilex. We'll see if he goes to Goldenrod or not.
Yeah, you do have to go. You do have to go this way to trigger another item in Azalea, the item you get from the charcoal house. So Drieky might just head back after getting the first 2 items and talking to the cut man.
Oh, burned again! Of course, by tri-attack, of all things.
I got a little unlucky with that, but he's alright.
Yeah, we're at least going to see what the Farfetch quest turn is. Probably see Escape Rope back for Charcoal, but this might also be a play to seesaw back and forth through Johto here.
Sorry, they're all right. You got to correct me on this. I'll get you. I'll get used to it. I need it on screen.
We saw wingidge taunt Flame Wheel in place of Mach Punch instead. And while we have another option if we want fire coverage, we have Fire Punch on the Farfetch turn in for cut.
Yeah, we really have nothing for rocks though if we get rid of Mach Punch. Although a lot of rocks are pretty physically defensive anyway, I suppose. We are just kind of waiting for Surf really to round this moveset out a little.
Luckily, Steel is just as weak to fighting as it is to fire. Oh, that was... that's always a little heart stopper there for a second, surviving at 1 HP.
Our reward is... Clear Bell, alright.
Well, that's half the pieces we need to go up Tin Tower when we eventually get access to Ekritique.
Yeah, we will also need the Rainbow Wing. And then either to have defeated Morty or to have cleared out the rockets from the radio tower.
There's that extreme speed again on the Hitmonlee. Drieky gonna have to hope that this Kabuto doesn't give us a problem. It does not. So once again, our runner's in check parity, leaving Azalea Town.
Yeah, nothing that immediately helps us yet. We'll be on the lookout for that Castle Squirt Bottle coming up soon. Or maybe just Surf.
It could be Surf, it could be something like, it could be Cut even. Get High Badge and HM1, have to go all the way back for the Roar TM.
I suppose.
Well, there's another check we can make in Goldenrod with that Plain Badge, which also puts on the table eventually we'll probably need to use Strength. That's not something you want to see.
Hey, maybe we'll have to use Waterfall as well.
Not only that, that does give you a check back at Professor Elm, which, talking about seesawing back and forth through Johto, oh boy.
Yeah, we would rather wait until we at least get Surf before we do that, and hopefully Fly as well.
So a little bit of shopping to prepare for later on in the seed. We're going to pick up a Water Stone here to use in Ruins of Alph later. And probably have a gander at the TMs, probably the move tutor, before we start really digging into the checks here in Goldenrod.
Yeah. Anything that gives us a better move for rock types, you might as well teach at this point. See what we got. Okay, nothing good. A full body charge attack sounds good, but it's tackle.
Loading up on a couple X items, Drieky does like to kind of push things, as we see the squirt bottle in Goldenrod Basement.
Okay, there we go. So we can get to. So that is our Kanto access now. If we want, we can go past the Sudowoodo and also take the boat. There's Flash as well, which is not helpful to us just yet. Not until we get the Zeph badge. We've got plenty of other badges for these other moves that we don't have yet.
We also saw early secret potion.
It's true. So yeah, we could be tempted to head towards Olivine pretty soon. Yeah, nothing particularly helpful on the tutors. Psybeam is okay, but we don't need that on Stantler.
Well,
oh,
I do not think we'll be scumming that away today. That is access to Tin Tower once we go through Burn Tower and fight Morty.
Yep.
And you have to think, already that's probably going to be on our runners' minds here.
Yep. Definitely. Definitely makes Morty very appealing with all his items in Tin Tower. We are not quite high level enough yet to repel Tin Tower, but we will be soon.
Got a lot of fights between too, so you'll probably see a couple more levels.
Yeah, you do have those sages to contend with. Those are pretty tricky at this level. Oh, Storm Badge though.
Oh, hello. Yeah, before you even talk about the sages, you got Kimono Girls. You have 3 mandatory trainers before Morty in the gym, which kind of helps out a little bit.
Yep, there's always the option to switch to a roamer as well, but we probably don't need to take that. We probably don't need to do that, not unless we hear something good.
And Drieky is a fan of the heal powder, so we're going to see that picked up in short supply here. Speaking of strength, there it is.
Wow, alright, so we can use strength now. Excellent.
Things open up quickly here. We have the front of Mortar to contend with in addition to everything else that's kind of on our plate already.
Yeah, very open. There's a lot of things we can do. First priority is probably going to be to try and find Fly, though. We already have half of that. So, might not see Kanto for a while.
At this point, with what's in front of us, I don't think we'll be moving off the Stantler unless we have a roamer we just can't refuse. Or something to that nature. Drieky taking care of Whitney here. And there's your other fetch quest back at starting Johto.
Great.
It's only one more left, and that's the mystery egg. And you see that, you think maybe the game's trying to tell you something. Get back over there. And both runners did set it to Saturday, so we will be able to play the bug catching contest to do a quick exit here at a national park. Which, with Squirt Bottle, you're going to want to do from here. But Drieky's just going to go for a safe scone, looks like. Well, that saves a trip.
Yeah, don't have to go and buy that now, because you can only buy that from the department store once you talk to the guy next to the Sudowoodo after you've used the squirt bottle on it.
Yeah, and just because it saves so much time, Drieky's not going to bother with scumming that away, because having to go back to Goldenrod, you'll have to go back anyway once you turn in Kenya, but you can always wait till you have Fly to do that. Unless, of course, Fly is on Kenya.
Could be. The season fairly generous to us so far, but plenty of troll potential left.
Well, I'm not seeing it when we have free escape ropes for the rest of the game.
Look, it's nice to you now, but just don't be fooled. That's what it wants you to think.
One badge hunt for, like, last badge on blue or something?
He is at least going to turn Kenya in. We'll see if he goes any further than this. He's
I would
pretty
be willing
close
to
the
bet.
red scale guy, but you don't have a cut yet, so maybe not. I don't know.
I see Drieky he's going to teach Dig to the Onyx here to use later, and I think this will be a save scum for at least red scale. Unless he decides that he's going to just loop around Dark Cave here.
Yeah, Drieky has Rock Smash too, so they can go into Dark Cave and check the items in there.
If you do Dark Cave, well, we're going to go down for red scale.
You check red scale, okay. Dark
You can always choose to do Dark Cave after, too.
We will need Zephyr Badge for Dark Cave to be in Logic, because, as the name implies, it is dark, and no dark areas are in Logic until we are able to use Flash. Red Scale Guy gives us nothing.
Yeah, I'm going right back over this way, yep. It looks like wingidge wants this Crobat.
Crobat's pretty good.
Crobat, one of the faster third stage Pokemon. Of course, one of the fastest Pokemon still being Electrode from Gen 1. But also has a pretty decent attack stat.
I doubt it's better than the Stantler, but I guess you never know. Like, I don't know, you just don't... If I had Drill Peck, maybe, I guess. I don't know, I struggle to think how it would be better than what we have right now.
No, I feel like this was a move just to pick up someone to teach HMs to in just a little bit. Could save the time of having to dig around in the grass or throw balls at something else.
Drieky's found nothing yet. It's going to go all the way back to the lab to do the Rising Badge check.
Oh, so the Kenya had teleport.
Oh,
that's interesting. So we're back here now.
Yeah, Drieky did not check that. And Kenya's already been turned in.
Yeah, nothing between Dark Cave, Route 46, and the Rising Badge turn in, so Drieky's turning right around here. And, oh, he's taken the mail off of Kenya. And is going to put it on the Onyx. We're getting rid of the Onyx. So I'm interested, did we see what the Kenya... Well, he's going to hold on to it because teleport's actually good for utility getting around here without fly.
Yeah. Hopefully it won't be too long until we find fly anyway, but if it is, teleport will help a lot.
And Drieky's coming away to check at the gatehouse there, turn the guard in and get an X speed. Don't necessarily need that, so on we go.
Ecriteek's a nice central location to teleport back to. You do have to get the Bill cutscene, but yeah, this is pretty costless now for wingidge. And Drieky does find fly though, so it doesn't end up being too important to.
That incentivizes a lot here. So now it's more of a question, when are we going to see Surf?
Oh, I was hoping it'd be right there.
That would be a thing.
The commentator's blessing today.
And thank you for remembering. By the way, if you didn't know this, you can actually have one of your party members hold the water stone. And it'll still open the water stone chamber even though it's not technically in your inventory.
Yeah, it just means you won't get rid of it by mistake if you're making room for items or if you're selling things for money.
Ooh, this Sand Slash having a super effective move for the Stantler. A little bit of a rough spot here for Drieky. We do have a couple revives.
Yeah, we picked...
Or one.
One up.
Please don't have a stab move. Oh.
Well...
Well, I got my wish. It wasn't a stab move.
Just crit Aero Blast instead. It's safe though, so...
It's just as bad. Aeroblast is super powerful. The only problem with it is you only get 5 PP, 8 at max. Try to take a moment to set up here, and of course you get a little help from the Sand Slash using Belly Drum there. Makes it a little bit easier to take down.
Crit again. That was close.
The crit does make a difference here. Oh, that Hyper Beam did a very sad amount of damage with an X speed, or an X defend on the Stantler.
Right. See what these roamers are going to be.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I think I need to brush up on my Pokedex, because the only one I recognized out of that was the Tangela Suicune.
That was the only one I didn't recognize, so they... wait, hold on. Wait, no, I didn't recognize the second one. I thought that... Oh, maybe it was Tang... I don't know. A lot of them sound so similar. You could... I thought it was Hitmonlee, but I could be wrong. The first one was Magikarp, so...
Oh, okay. Well, we don't want that. That is an expansion card sitting in Burn Tower basement, though, so... One of the 3 pieces of Pokegear already located here. And you have to imagine this is probably going to be the same move that we see wingidge make here with the run to Morty after cleaning up the rest of Ecriteek. Although he's currently poking around Mortar with that strength item.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. We do have Fly now, so we can just go and we can just go back to Ecriteek whenever we want. maybe you know, Surf could be here for all we know.
You talk about Fly being nice for fast travel. That teleport that he held onto the Kenya for is still going to come in handy possibly later on if you end up at a Pokemon Center that's not attached to a town. For example, on Route 10 at the power plant. It's really the only fast way to get back there. I don't know, sometimes I would consider at least picking up the Lake of Rage Fly Point here, but Wingidge having other ideas.
Yeah, I mean, Morty is looking very appealing with the items we have right now, so definitely don't blame the runners for beelining it to Morty.
That is the real question now, isn't it? Is Morty actually a scam? He wasn't this morning.
It's true. We might not know for a while whether he's a scam or not, because Morty can unlock the Tin Tower, but can also unlock it by defeating the Rockets. So it'll depend on where the card key is, or whether there's anything important on Morty or in Tin Tower. Let's see what he gives us right now. Well, nothing important yet.
It's like your old grandpa giving you money and candy.
Morty's not that old.
No, we saved that for price, right?
The price is right.
Until it's not. So Drieky's going to take out the Kimono Girls here. This is one check. Usually it has Surf. Obviously that's... Well, Drieky beat himself, apparently. Usually that's something else. It could be something useful. It could be a potion. You never know. But this will be a little bit of extra experience before having to fight the 3 Sages entering Tin Tower. They have level 30s, so you take all the experience you can get at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would even be reasonable to go into the lighthouse and beat the trainers in there too. You get even more experience if you want, and you can just fly back here.
Not even just Lighthouse. With Secret Potion, you can also fight Jasmine if you want this early.
Yeah, you can do.
So here's decision time for Drieky. Depending on what this item is, what he gets pulled into, and it is a badge, so we'll need that.
Kimono Girls required.
And into the mart. I would imagine this is probably do a little inventory management, pick up some potions for these fights coming up here. Yeah, we're going to Tin Tower.
Alright, well. Good luck on the Sages, Drieky. These are some strong trainers. Drieky's already used some X items. Doesn't have a whole lot left. So hopefully they're just things that Sandler can take out fast.
I'll say getting a paralyzed on your first Thunderbolt definitely helps.
That'll do it, yeah.
Oh, good start.
Wow, Wingidge had nothing for Tyranitar, but got a nice burn and crit to help him out there.
Unfortunately, Drieky now burned is going to have to burn another full restore here to be able to do as much damage as he can to this Poliwrath, because we do not have any more power points for Thunderbolt. Ooh, that's... oh, man.
Oh, wingidge could have Thunderbolted this Tyrantile. Maybe he thought it was park ground.
Oh, that Sacred Fire is just giving Drieky all kinds of trouble here.
He's just getting this is just his thing. He's like a burn magnet. This race. This is the third time he's gotten burned and it's hurt him. But I think this is where it's hurt him the most.
Yeah,
so
it's
far.
Sacred Fire with a 30% chance to burn. RNG just said, okay.
It's 50% even.
Oof.
Sacred Fire is an insane move.
So you can either have Sacred Fire or you can have Fire Blast. Take your pick.
I would take Sacred Fire for sure, I reckon. 95% accurate, over 85. Of course, I'd take Flamethrower from both, but, you know, that's an easy choice.
Get our first swag sighting of the run. Our swag cargo may not look that dangerous, but it can very well be.
Yeah, if we had Surf, this wouldn't be a problem.
Oh, out of super potions.
Oh, no. Should have just attacked there. Should have just attacked. Well, now we gotta fight the sages all over again.
Well, luckily the ones you've already beaten up are, they're not there anymore. I'll pick up a few more potions. That was that's a tough sled there. And just in case we get knocked down again, we're going to take another save and another crack at it. Yeah, I can see that being a winning move here with the Karate Chop. If you get one crit, it's over for the Mad Cargo. Either way, 3-shot, not too bad. I'll say that is one fast fish. Alright, we are through the sages and about to enter the tower, where I believe there's a tangle awaiting for us.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if you were right there. I think that's Pineco, the second one, actually. That's Hitmonlee, right? Yeah,
it is. Okay. So like I said, I gotta get back up on my Pokedex. Either way, we're gonna catch it without second thought and probably use him as an HM buddy. They literally sound the same.
A lot of them sound very similar. I think there's two of them are like absolutely identical. You got like Ditto Poliwag and Charizard Rhyhorn. Those are two identical pairs, and then like there's some that sound really similar, like Caterpie Goldeen and stuff like that.
I got a boatload of items sitting here in Tin Tower. And of course, the real joy is having the Ho-Oh at the top is going to unlock our Waterstone and Ho-Oh chambers together once we find Surf.
Yep. It's still a big part of the puzzle we don't have yet. My cargo also causing wingidge some problems here. Well, there's the Pokegear. So, we did have to come in here. It remains to be seen whether Morty was required or not, but we did need to come in here.
It's all going to depend on where that card key turns up, and also our 7th badge, because we don't have them yet.
Oh, you kind of wish that item was a more useless one than a Max Elixir that you're gonna reset away because it's faster to not get it. Oh, he gets an Elixir anyway though. Okay, never mind. It's all good.
Yeah, definitely vindicated immediately for skipping that Max Elixir. I've seen at times where some people don't take this save here, Garf.
Yeah, there are 2 items here, so you know, a decent chance for one of them to be useful, but this time it wasn't.
Just a couple other dregs on our way up here. That is not a dreg, that is a boulder badge. That is our 7th badge, if I'm not mistaken. And there's Professor Elm calling us to let us know that, in fact, the rockets have taken over.
Confirms it.
Well, I guess we're going over to Olivine now. Unless we decide we're going... Well, we haven't done Strength Mortar yet if we're Drieky, so that's our next port of call here.
Looks like wingidge is main switching to the Hitmonlee. Now we don't have great coverage on this thing yet, but we can give it stab karate chop, which is pretty nice. Drieky already taught that to Stantler, so doesn't have that option.
It does come with Sludge Bomb, which again we have a TM for, but is also a pretty strong poison move, which gets rid of a couple different types of Pokemon, but poison not really too strong in this generation as a whole.
Yeah, we don't have anything great for ghosts on the Hitmonlee at the moment. I mean, we have Sludge Bomb, but that's not going to help us a lot if Gengar comes up, so we would hope for something like an Earthquake or a Shadow Ball to round things out.
We do have a Hydro Pump, but you don't want to have to rely on the accuracy of a...
Yeah, Hitmonlee's going to do like no damage with
nice.
Hydro Pump.
All physical attack power, nothing else.
Yeah,
actually, Hitmonlee's more defensive, isn't he?
It's got decent special defense, but low HP in defense. I'd have been a little scared to switch to the Hitmonlee, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes for wingidge.
Drieky gonna pick up this item here, and probably the Lake of Rage Fly Point. No, he's out. Okay.
No rage today.
Already having Fly, we're not afraid to go over here to Ice Path.
Yep, now 7 badges, so this is open now. We can push the boulder out of the way as well to get through there and get the items beyond.
Wingidge picks up his boulder badge, so he'll get a phone call at the top of Tin Tower as well. Really, the only thing stopping us from taking care of all of Ruins of Alph in one shot here are finding Surf and the Zephyr Badge. Which could just as well just be sitting in one of those chambers on its own. Yeah, Surf looking like the thing you want the most, but the thing that could be in any number of locations right now.
Yeah, we've been teased it for a long time with that first item, well, not quite first item, but Lab Fog Badge. But there's a lot of places we haven't checked.
There's a Silver Wing, so at the late game possibility of being in Whirl Islands, you have the option to look at a level 60.
Yeah, before we can get in there, we still need Surf and Whirlpool.
And Glacier Badge on top of Whirlpool.
And Glacier Badge, yeah.
Well, there's another Surf-blocked item that we can't turn in until we have Surf.
Yep. That'll
with
help us
you know,
out in
with
Kanto if we ever want to go there. Not really much incentive yet, though. Still.
no, I mean you can make a few checks around here without cut and without flash. There's not really much in logic. That we can fly away from like Janine, but you're really not too incentivized to go rooting around Kanto just yet. This is Drieky setting up to buy a stack of max repels. As many as he can possibly cram in there.
Yeah, Blackthorn a great shot for that. You can get max repels, you can get X attacks, you can get hyper potions, max potions.
Gonna opt for the in-logic checks instead of poking around Dark Cave's Blackthorn side here, and there is Surf on Route 45.
There we go.
And, you know, without Surf, there's not much you're doing in Dark Cave anyway, so here we are. That gives us a lot to think about here.
Looks like Drieky's going straight towards Lake of Rage. Hopefully they don't forget about the Route 44 item as well that you need Surf for. But this will give you this will give us more levels. This style of moveset is really good. With Surf now, it's well. I couldn't think of many ways to make it better. So nice to be able to get some easy levels from the Rocket Hideout.
And right into the hideout we go. I'm going to use Mahogany as an anchor point right now. You have the check over on 44, as we said. This is their greatest density of items right now. Until you get over to Olivine. And possibly start thinking about Kanto.
I believe we have 9 items in here alone, and that's before that's like if you don't do any of the story stuff. Like if you don't clear out any rockets, which I'm sure Drieky will. So then you get an additional 4 after that if you do all the stuff in here. Get the item from Lance, 2 items from Price, and then the item in the gatehouse on Route 43.
That's not talking about going west over into Mortar again, where 4 more items wait down there. And that's without even talking about the fact, again, we still have 2 chambers in Alf that we could easily take down now that we have Surf. And 2 items in Slowpoke Well.
Yeah, a bunch more places we can surf early game as well, around Violet, and go towards Toadja for this. So much we can do now.
Yeah, that Surf just opens a bunch. It's 5 items in Mortar. I can count, I promise. And that is where wingidge wants to go here, plus this item that's hanging out right there, and just another vitamin.
Shadow Ball is fantastic for Hitmonlee if wingidge comes down here. That is pretty much the move it was missing.
There's your last fetch quest. So we can fly to New Bark anytime we want to turn in both the Mystery Egg and the Rising Badge here.
Yeah, probably a few things we can check first, just in case we get waterfall. But we're just gonna go straight there. That curiosity is, you know, sometimes it's tough to ignore.
If you're going to start poking at some of those other fly checks, again, nothing from either of those, but we can go over here to Tojo Falls on Route 27, 2 checks we can make here without waterfall. And just fly away from the second one, just sitting out there in the open. There's another fetch quest, the lost item sitting in the... Oh, there's our card key.
Well, well, well. So yeah, even more opened up to us now. We can use that to clear out the rockets.
See, and that's another thing though too. It does also tell us card keys locked by 7 badges based on its slurf location. So we can probably assume Morty was required with that boulder badge in Tin Tower. But that's not a guarantee, because there's plenty of badges out there still.
Yeah, we still haven't gone west of Ekrutik or into Kanto. So Morty denies you can, you know, you've still got a chance.
You saw nothing sitting there in Slowpoke Well, but the real fun is right over here, going into Surf Basement of Union, into Ruins of Val for 8 checks. There's still plenty to look at here.
Yeah, can't quite do everything here because we don't have the Zephyr badge yet. So we can't open the flash chamber, but we can do everything else.
But there's nothing saying that Zephyr badge can't just be here either.
That's true.
Well, there's your jinx!
Yeah, we you know that cry. That one is pretty unmistakable. There's the Thunder Badge.
I believe this is the Ho-Oh chamber. So Thunder Badge, of course.
That's the Waterstone chamber.
Is it Wanderstone? I usually do Ho-Oh first.
I think you've already checked the Ho one.
I don't know. We're done with the Rocket Hideout. We're gonna go ahead and yeah, this was Ho-Oh
garbage.
chamber.
Never mind.
Yeah,
that's all garbage.
Whole lot of nothing so far.
I was testing you. Yeah. This is what we do. I'm hazing the new commentator. That's it. That's it.
Unfortunately, Waterstone Chamber not quite as generous in the Department of Progression here.
We're just doing a few of these one-off surf checks around the place. Looks like.
Get a full restore for our trouble, but so far a lot of the surf checks haven't really yielded too terribly much. And price with a whole lot of nothing today.
Drieky does remember about the Route 44 check, so we'll see whether this is anything. Well, it's something. It's not progress, but it's, you know, you're not gonna be too mad about that. Max revive.
Yeah, definitely one of the nicer things to have. Sinking all our money into repels here. Now we're not worried about having to buy more repels for a majority of the run. As with the later editions here, the later versions of Speed Choice, there's our Glacier badge in the dark.
Yep, still no Zephyr badge yet. So, yeah. Flash was required.
Yeah, compared to last year's tournament, the, oh, go ahead.
Can't even remember we got Flash now.
HM5 was early.
Cross chop. Stab, cross chop on Hitmonlee now.
I want to say HM5 was in Golden Department Store basement.
It could have been, yeah. That sounds right.
And Chad is agreeing with me, so. Yeah, if you watched this tournament last year, you probably noticed that we had to menu every time we wanted to use a repel. Thanks to later versions of Speed Choice, we can now reuse a repel when it runs out, provided we have any of the same type of repel in our inventory. So, saves a lot of menuing time. Makes these runs a lot smoother.
Yeah, great quality of life feature that was introduced back in Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, which I guess are pretty old games these days.
Seems to me like we're going to be making our way over to Olivine probably sooner than later here.
Yeah, these guys are... They're kind of they're covering what the other one has done so far. They're just doing them in a bit of a different order. I'm a little surprised wingidge didn't just teach Shadow Ball immediately, because it really is a great move for him only with a moveset it has at the moment. Hasn't come across. There aren't that many ghosts in the game, but you want to have something for them if you come across them.
As Drieky's turn to do some of these, one-shot fly checks here. The one we probably won't see either runner kind of get out of the way to is the Soft Sand Girls over by Goldenrod. A couple fights for one item.
Yeah, there's a lot of more efficient checks we can do first.
We got all of Olivine, including Jasmine. We have all of Cyanwood. We have all of Kanto that we can touch so far.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you would rather not go to Kanto before getting the pass at this point, but we might have to. And there is an item in the SS Aqua as well, so it could be a blessing in disguise if we end up having to take the boat. But yeah, kind of difficult to tell who's ahead right now.
Yeah, between basically going over the same checks and two different mains that have pretty good strengths in each category, it's really hard to say that anyone has a clear lead until someone makes a wiggle that the other one doesn't.
Now, because they've had Stantler from the start, Drieky Stantler have a little bit more bulk when it comes to taking on red, but he just don't know what red's going to lead with. It's just going to completely depend, really.
Yeah, you could end up with a completely free setup, or you could get what we had early this morning, where one player's main was, shall I say, thoroughly trumped.
Yeah.
No,
that it might happen again. You just don't know. But both of their movesets are very good. Wingidge teaches Shadow Ball, so there shouldn't be anything that outright walls them defensively anyway.
Alright, it's Drieky's turn to push their way into Waterstone Chamber. I think at that point, Drieky and Wingidge have made the same checks.
Yeah, I think
after Wingidge is done with Price here.
I think I missed Machine Part from Wingidge, but that was like way earlier. So
that's an item that it's impossible to skip with where it was. Alright, time to fly on off to another adventure, and we also have card keys, so we could consider Rocket Tower. Although not the basement, as it's going to ask us to have the basement key. Of course.
Yeah, but going to the west, which definitely think is the move at this point. There's like you said, it's a lot that we can do pretty much everything over here. We can go up the lighthouse, we can beat Chuck, and get all that. We can beat Jasmine even if we want.
I mean, the writing's been on the wall for a while here with that early secret potion. Finally getting Surf really kind of, it incentivizes it a lot more than you would think.
Yeah, the logic may be kind of, giving you a few hints here, like, hey, gave you a secret potion, just maybe go over here, maybe there'll be something good.
And if nothing else, at the end of the day, you just take the boat. I'm sorry, what kind of rando?
That's a bit of a downgrade there. Although we do have progressive rods on, I believe, so if we talked to him a bit later, then it would have been real vanilla.
I know the spoiler log actually places them as rods, even though progressive rods are on, so that could, for all we know, be the vanilla place good rod.
Well, I don't think we'll ever know though, because I don't believe any logs were generated for these seeds.
Well, of course not. That would be too easy. Yeah, kind of just stuck following each other's footsteps here. Wait to see what happens after Lighthouse, possibly, even. You never know if someone says, I'm not feeling Cyanwood, let's just go to Kanto, but I feel like you can't skip it at this point.
I kind of hope that wingidge comes across a Gengar or something sooner rather than later, so that he thinks, oh yeah, I have Shadow Ball, I should teach that. Because I don't want him to get walled on that when, you know, when he comes if he comes across it on a tough trainer. But hey, maybe he'll just never need it, and then he'll save time. Glacier Badge was in Dark Cave. I don't believe wingidge has gone there yet.
And there's a badge over here, so we can officially say, with the card key placement, Morty was not required.
There you go! Rejoice, Morty deniers. Looks like Drieky's taking the boat straight away. No Cyanwood check yet.
I mean, having broken Glacier Badge, I feel like Drieky's gonna wait until we have HM6 before we think about going down to Cyanwood, because you can combo that with Whirl Islands here.
Yep, that's fair enough.
Let's see if wingidge agrees with that. Are we going? No, we're gonna go back up here to fight Jasmine.
Yeah, we're more than strong enough to take her on at this point. And you know, the seed gave us early secret potion. It wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't give us that for no reason, right?
Just don't
Right?
spoon feed everything, right? Just give items.
Just give items. Please, game, give items. Well, never mind. Forget what I said. What was I thinking? The seed, the seed is cruel. Pokemon Crystal is a cruel mistress. I do like how you can just bike in all these unsafe places now. Like you can bike in Price's gym, you can bike on a moving boat. You know,
You can bike at the
great.
top of Tin Tower.
Yeah.
Did see a Mars badge on the Psychic guy, which is pretty nice. One less thing to have to worry about later. And there's the HM for Cut, but no Hive badge to chase it up with.
Yeah, we have a lot of badges, but not that one. It's a soft sand girl, all grown up.
Oh, Drieky has the lost item and decided to go right past the Mimic's house. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite later.
He's going to get the leftovers here. This item is not randomized in this mode. Yeah,
Leftovers.
it's a nice item to have against these tough against these tough trainers, if you have to fight them.
Yeah, adds just a little bit of time to every battle, but it also adds a little bit of safety as you get your HP back.
And now that Drieky has cut, they're gonna go down here. They're gonna there's an item locked behind cut here, and there's also Janine, which is who's a fast fight that gives you 2 items. You do have to fight one more trainer before that, but Santler's strong enough that probably don't have to worry about anything.
Janine is the first trainer they expect, or the first gym leader they expect you to fight in Kanto in the vanilla game, so her levels are a little bit less gauged compared to the rest. Thinking about 30s instead of 40s here.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the game expects you to know that they want you to fight Janine first, but I kind of figured it was like maybe for lore reasons, you know, because she's Koga's daughter and maybe she newly took over and she's her Pokemon are just not quite as trained up as the others yet, as the veterans. We got a tougher gym leader on Wingidge's side. We got Sabrina, but she is pretty fast. If you can beat her, does only give you 1 item though. The substitute is pretty appropriate for a ninja gym, and the hive badge we can actually use. Oh yeah, I forgot we didn't even have that yet. But so yeah, now we can just use it on on route. What was it 14 or something?
It's 15 over here. So you get this Route 15 item. You can get the items on Route 12 now, and a host of other checks. There's 3 items over at Lake of Rage that we can have a look at. And there's the Roar TM, south of Violet. There's all places to use cut here. Drieky taking a moment to teach Flash as well, so we don't have to worry about that later on.
Yep. Assuming we don't last location the Zephyr badge. But well, that's. I guess it could happen, but we did need it logically though to get the Glacier badge.
Alright, Drieky does remember the copycat girl, and we'll get his Never Melt Ice in just a second. And be like, oh, I could have skipped this. And you'd think up here with Cut, we're probably going over to... Well, we'll fight Sabrina first, then we'll go over to Lavender.
Oh, that's all the parts of the Pokegear. On Wingidge's side, we can wake up Snorlax. Of course, he doesn't have Cut yet though, so he can't do anything beyond that.
It does tell us, however, that Zephyr Badge is not going to be in West Kanto unless Waterfall is available.
That is true. We did logically need it to get one of the Pokegear parts.
You're going to turn in this... This is available by logic with Cut. Wingidge doesn't know that. We're going to turn in this machine part, which will give us a couple other one-off checks to pick up across Kanto as well.
It's Sacred Fire again, the move that won't go away.
Oh,
this time
God,
crit.
the crit.
Don't even need a burn this time. Just crit. Goodness me.
That poison may help, but right now it's sitting at half HP. Don't crit again, I swear. Okay, it missed. The 5% miss!
Yeah, the game was like, okay, we've caused you enough pain with Sacred Fire.
Oh, and that machine part turn-in required for Cascade Badge on the lost item.
Nice, nice, nice.
It's starting to make me think that Zephyr Badge is just waiting for us over in Cyanwood here. But it could also be right here on Route 12. Or, it could also be up on, Route 25, for all we know.
Yeah, could be on Surge, could be on Erica, who knows. Could be behind Card Key.
We've had that card key for a little while now. I wonder if anyone's gonna take the plunge at some point. It's a lot of fights for only a few items, and without Basement Key to follow it up with, it's really not that enticing.
Yeah, I imagine the racers will probably sooner do Cyanwood before that. But the only right choice in these races is the one that gets you the item, so, who knows? Who knows what the right choice is?
Yeah, it's the only way to play, is you go where all the items are. You just gotta figure out where they are first.
It's that easy, yeah.
Yeah, it's, just... item here? There it is. Nope, that's not it. Okay, next one. And that is Pokegear complete for Drieky. Now, Drieky can actually go through Diglett Cave here and take advantage of poking around at the late logic. Wingidge is going to go ahead and at least check the Snorlax and the two items behind Diglett Cave, but he's not going to be able to cut his way through until he goes to visit Janine.
Yeah, don't think he'll be main switching to something with a 4 times weakness. But he'll at least see what it has, I suppose. It could be a nice backup mon. On red. Or any other tricky fights.
And sometimes all it takes is a mon that can use Flash, and then you're set up golden. Drieky's going to start peeking at some more cut checks, so we'll have to worry about that. Oops, I don't think he meant to say no there. We were just talking about this, and here goes Wingidge. It is Rocket Tower time.
He is doing this before Cyanwood, alright.
The only thing I can think of is we're digging for Whirlpool.
Yes, that
really
is true.
Rather see that before making your way down to Cyanwood.
Yeah, I don't think it saves a huge amount of time, but it is more efficient if you can work things out like that.
I'll tell you one thing. Doing this definitely saves time if it's required.
Yeah. I'll get more levels on Hitmonlee is always welcome. It's not a particularly bulky mon, so the higher level we get, the bulkier we will be for red. Like, even if we don't get hit by anything super effective, it could be a problem.
It's Drieky's turn to follow up on the machine part, so he'll get a Cascade Badge here. And just like that, we're talking about 2 badges from Go. One of them is Zephyr and is blocking a chunk. And we know where it can't be.
We have Rainbow and Volcano to go as well as.
Yeah, that's true. So it's 3 badges.
3 badges, yeah. They were pretty close. In theory.
And Drieky also going to go ahead and just catch this fortress. No thoughts, only Master Ball. I almost see this followed up with a Victory Road play here. Just because you have so much more access to West Kanto. If you can get the 2 badges that aren't Zephyr, you can definitely rule out where Zephyr is and isn't. And with a level 4x Hitmonlee just kind of tearing through Rocket Tower here. So we got a few checks that'll come available once we've taken out the Rocket Director at the top. Alright, here is Victory Road with a heal powder.
Well, now the Sacred Fire has its revenge this time against against wingidge. Because it has Sacred Fire, it's going to be required, and Drieky's gonna cry.
There's one of those 3 badges we're looking for in Victory Road, the Rainbow Badge, putting us at -2. And so far, nothing happening in the tower. We do have False Director still. Is Drieky thinking the same thing? Oh boy, okay.
Well, here we go, alright.
Forget Cyanwood City, it doesn't exist, apparently.
Just saw Hydro Pump from Hitmonlee one-hitting something, actually, just crazy stuff. Insane scenes.
It's more likely than you think. Yeah, but at these levels, you have 49 for Wingidge's Hitmonlee, 40 for the Stantler. We're sitting pretty for getting ready for red.
Didn't see what the guard gave us, but it
I think it was a full restore.
Must have been good for Wingidge to be clearing out his inventory a bit.
Oh, it's an X speed. Okay,
X speed. Alright,
I
yeah.
can see wanting to stack those.
You'll want those.
And this is the only real time you can really warrant doing soft sand curls. Of course, running into the grass without a rappel, we hit a jinx for instant karma.
Had to be a jinx, didn't it?
No, it didn't have to be. It just decided to be. So yeah, just buzzsaw through these fights and you get one check. And having cleared Rocket Tower, we can now go, clear out Blackthorn Gym and get 2 items before Whirlpool.
That is an option. It's probably not something that you want to do unless you have to, but it's on the table.
It's one of those things you'd rather have available than go, oh, I haven't done this, shoot. Kind of... Not really first on anyone's list here, I would say. And short of nothing else, this is wingidge making the trip to Cyanwood.
Yep, there's new info for us, so we'll see if there's anything useful here.
Drieky having a little bit better time with this rocket trainer up here. Not getting the Sacred Fire at all.
Wow, alright, I guess Sacred Fire really is just done with Drieky now. It wasn't after that miss, it was like, okay, I see how it is.
There's your Zephyr badge. All this time, just sitting in the pharmacy. And he's going right for it. This is 5 checks right off the bat. Actually, if there's a badge sitting here in Flash Chamber, that's no mode.
Yep, we are just looking for the Volcano badge now.
There's really not anything else that could lead us astray here. So I get Waterfall maybe, puts you in Mortar, but that's really about it.
Yeah, we kind of done a lot of the... yeah, we've gotten a lot of items that kind of lead us on some quests. We've done all the card key stuff. So yeah, I mean, it could just be on. It could be on one of the individual gym leaders, I suppose. But there's nothing like gonna lead you there. You just gotta find the item. Like you said earlier, just get the item. It's that easy. And wingidge will get an item. He will get his Glacier badge in here.
And things we haven't seen yet either. Still haven't seen Erica, which again, the gym has a few fights ahead of it. Haven't seen Route 25 for 2 items. It's also a bunch of fights ahead of that. So the path of least resistance here is Cyanwood, including Morty. That's right, Drieky hasn't done Jasmine yet.
Where was Rainbow Badge again? I can't recall. Keep thinking I'm gonna write all this stuff down, then I just forget once in a while. Oh yeah, that was in Victory Road, wasn't it?
Yeah, Rainbow Badge was in Victory Road. So it's gonna take Cut or Waterfall for Wingidge to go get that, and of course Cut is waiting in Fuchsia.
Now, wingidge does not have Whirlpool yet, so at the moment this is not as efficient as beating Chuck, what he's doing, beating Claire.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you fly away from Cyanwood to go do Blackthorn without Whirlpool. Well, Drieky is going to go ahead and follow up on Zephyr Badge as well, which is a reasonable play, since it's been available for quite some time. Yeah, chat pointing out, we could see the classic Whirlpool in Dragon's Den.
We could. Maybe wingidge is thinking, you know, this is one of those seeds. It'll just... I mean, it hasn't trolled us too much so far, so maybe he's like, okay, this is where it's got to troll us, right?
Yeah, so far it's been excessively friendly, I think is the phrase I would use. And keeping in mind, Wingidge is also looking for either Cut or Whirlpool, something to get him, you know, moving in a direction instead of just kind of stuck. You can see Waterfall too, because we haven't seen the upper level of Mortar just yet.
I guess that is what I guess, you know, that's kind of if we get like Whirlpool or Waterfall, I guess that could lead us on a bit of a goose chase. So there's a little bit of potential for trolling, but even then, like we're not doing any, you know, it doesn't unlock any tricky fights or anything.
Just blocking items at this point, and Drieky deciding that we do want to go visit Chuck. And there's Volcano Badge.
So we are in no mode now. That is everything. Yeah, so to answer in chat, we got a Hive Badge on Janine, Rainbow Badge in Victory Road for Wingidge, and then Drieky just needs to... Wow, so he just needs to beat Claire and get the Volcano Badge. But yeah, he might hold off on that until Whirlpool.
We're flying to Cerulean, so we get to do Bye-Bye a Go-Go. And you wonder almost Route 25, or we're flying off somewhere else, possibly go take care of Chuck like Drieky is doing right now. That's probably what it is. Yep, back to Cyanwood.
Mm-hmm. Really anybody's game now. Just a matter of when these guys decide to check the right location.
Oh, the real, I think the equalizing move here would probably be something like a waterfall back here.
Well, I mean, that's just going to waste both their time, really. And,
absolutely, but it does put Wingidge in a position to go get the...
unless it leads to Whirlpool, unless it leads to Whirlpool, and then it'll point Drieky in the right direction.
It'll also point Wingidge to Victory Road, and he can finish the Seed Cutlass. But he also needs to go down to Fuchsia to do that. You're going to start running out of good options here, especially just now with nothing coming up in Cyanwood. So this is Drieky thinking probably same thing, bye-bye a go-go. Into Route 25, I would have to imagine, with cut. And this going straight up. Yeah, we know it's a move, but it's not the right move, but it could lead us in the right direction. Did you not check the machine part item in the gym? So Missy won't be active here, will she?
He hasn't checked it yet, I don't think, no. Yeah, Drieky remembers, I think.
Yeah, he was like, wait, I didn't do this. And here comes Wingidge thinking probably the same thing up to Route 25. Yeah, Volcano Badge is in Dragon's Den behind fighting Claire. That will be Drieky's go mode.
Wingidge does not need to fight this rocket.
Oh, did he actually talk to Bye Bye a Go-Go for the fight?
He did, yeah.
Oh no.
It's alright, just one Pokemon.
Yeah, it is a little bit of experience. Alright, well, we'll have some levels for Red here.
But yeah, remarkable after doing so many different things, we find ourselves, you know, with these two on the same route. There's not a whole lot of tension here because we know that this isn't where they need to go. But there's a little bit where they could, you know, depending on what the items are, could point us in some different directions, could throw us off the scent.
Yeah, you could easily be dragged into a rabbit hole that goes so deep here if you find waterfall and then whirlpool and then oh boy.
Yeah.
But you know, both could also just as well be in Mount Silver. You know, basement key could turn up. Oh boy. Yeah, both runners did Radio Tower. Drieky didn't opt to go to Blackthorn. He instead chased into Cyanwood. Got the Zephyr Badge after Wingidge already looked at Flash Chamber, and then would decide to go back for Morty. So, not Morty, Chuck. I get the two mixed up for some reason. They're both scams. Now, if this is an HM you don't keep that.
Nope. It's a good item, but not good enough that we have to go through a whole fight for it.
There's Waterfall!
Oh, okay.
Alright,
well,
oh boy.
Let's see where this leads us.
It's like the worst case scenario. Both runners now are going to chase Waterfall. I would say Back of Mortar has to come first here. And, you know, it's a double-edged sword for Wingidge because we know there's a Badge of Victory Road and he's going to be able to go get it because he doesn't currently have Cut. It's his only way to West Kanto. Now that also means he could start poking around at the rest of West Kanto. But it's actually a blessing in disguise for him. Now, the only way this helps Drieky is if Whirlpool is also behind Waterfall and says, oh, I should go do Dragon's Den. But there's also Whirl Islands is more dense.
Yep, that's another place that it could lead. But ultimately, I think it probably would be better for Drieky if they did find Whirlpool.
Oh, Wing can't even get. He can't even get Waterfall because he doesn't have Cut. So we're gonna see Wingage start taking, East Kanto gems.
Yep, so good news for Wingage. Eventually come across that high badge on Janine.
And every single one of these fights is just that much more experience that gets pumped into that Hitmonlee, who's already pretty strong at 54.
Yeah, I feel like I've blinked and like Hitmonlee's suddenly just gotten completely jacked. This is I mean, I know it starts. I know he started at 40, but still, it seems to have grown really quickly.
And this is the run down to Fuchsia. So Drieky is officially on a timer here. Luckily, there's nothing else after Waterfall that Drieky can have a look at. There's really no other fights that he has to take other than maybe a couple gyms. Like Erica. Have we seen Surge? I think we've seen Surge already. So...
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Soft Sand Girls? Yeah, has to be. So you get down to this few checks, you kind of throw a dart at the board and hope something sticks. Honestly, very reasonable call to just never go into Blackthorn Gym without Whirlpool, but those two items, they are absolutely a trap.
Yeah, it's tough to make that call, really. I think probably statistically better to do Erica first.
Ooh, and Paralysis claims the Hitmonlee at Janine.
Wow, I did not expect did not expect him to struggle against Janine, not gonna lie.
Two rolls of fully paralyzed will do it to pretty much any mon. Alright, more decision times for Drieky. Drieky going up to Cerulean probably to fight Misty.
So yeah, each of them missing one badge. As a reminder, Wingage is missing the Rainbow badge in Victory Road. Drieky is missing the Volcano badge in Dragon's Den.
And I don't see any circumstance where Wingage doesn't go directly to Victory Road after these few checks back here. So we'll get the Silver Wing check that we already know is nothing. And then right back down and out.
Looks like Erica for Drieky now.
Yeah, absolutely reasonable call. Fewer fights, earlier in check logic. And, you're not gated out of everything. You just get both items off Erica. And Wingage is gonna fly away from Viridian.
Wow, alright. It looked like he was going towards Victory Road. But...
Oh, he's going for Route 25. He's gonna get Waterfall.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the tables are spinning.
Oh, look at that. This tale isn't over yet. We've still got a few twists left.
Oh, golly gosh, this puts Drieky in a check lead now. Oh my goodness. Ah. All you had to do was go to Victory Road. Like, it's 5 items, 1 check that was fresh on your mind without cut just so late. And again, if you're Drieky, you're like, where is Whirlpool? And Whirlpool's not even the saving grace, because you're going to do Whirl Islands first. You know, going after all these cut checks after getting West Kanto access, I mean, Victory Road, yes, absolutely. But now that you have Waterfall, why are you doing these now before going to the back of Mortar? Alright, he's going to Victory Road.
Yeah, okay, alright. Reveal this time. just decided to, you know,
watch him actually
just
us. Drop down onto Route 28 just to play with us some more. I thought for a second he might just. No, but give it just a moment here. You'll probably hear the facepalm. Because in this next check coming up and around here, I believe the right side was the Volcano badge.
The Rainbow badge, but yeah.
Oh, is it the Rainbow badge? Oh, I'm thinking of Drieky's Volcano badge. Oof. And there it is at 1:52 and 30 seconds. Wingidge will be the first of our 2 runners, with all 16 badges and all 3 pieces of Poke Gear. All we have to do now is have a conversation with Professor Oak.
Sorry, I didn't switch the audio in time to hear the facepalm.
I'm sure the echo caught it. We've seen it once today already. As Drieky makes it to Blackthorn, it's exactly what he needs to do right now. But this is a lot of fights, so there's plenty of time to be had before he makes his way to Pallet Town. But for Wingidge, we have a Hitmonlee in the mid-50s. After some candy, you're talking about 60, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty unlikely that this Hitmonlee is gonna struggle here. It's fairly frail on the physical defense side, but these levels are gonna be huge. And if he does come across a Gengar, he has that Shadow Ball TM. Yeah, maybe if the Drio shows up again, this time it has Drill Peck.
Oh, don't you even say that. First race of the tournament, we had the most ungodly 81 on red. Yeah, 60 will be the level for Hitmonlee coming in here. Peck Aeroblasto Trio, please no. Pretty please no.
You're not PP stalling Drill Peck. I don't think you're gonna have to worry about a backup flying move.
Hey, stranger things have happened. Like a Mega Horn Heracross or something. It is a Quagsire! That is not going to be a speed problem. Now, does it have a move for us? No!
Alright.
This is a free setup.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely fine. We have an X-Ax, so even if our guard's back even if you didn't have a guard spec, we could just, you know, X-Ack just means that these accuracy drops would not matter at all. One X-Ack and none of your moves can miss. He's not using it though. I think he should use it, but just because he has cross chop, he probably want to be spamming there.
He'll be, no, he's just gonna go for slash here. You know, that's perfectly fine, but there's the X-Ack.
X-Ack, alright, good stuff.
Now you can't miss. And stuff like this Delibird just fall to ribbons here with a slash, but there may be some bulkier mons sitting back here waiting to see. No, not yet.
Nothing that wants to get hit by cross chop at the moment. All right, well, okay then. Oh, there we go.
There it is. There's
go.
the cross chop, and
the
that will do it. So let us see some GGs in chat for wingidge.
Yeah, congrats, wingidge.
And
racetime.gg time of 1:56.16.
And as the finish comes in, Drieky gets go mode. And I believe will give us our visit back to Pallet to have his own go with red.
Welcome, wingidge. Congrats on that. Congrats on the win there.
Oh, thank you.
How did you feel that race went for you?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the beginning part went really well, but when I last locationed High Patch, I was scared.
We were we were all extremely concerned when you went to Iridian and then didn't go to Victory Road straight away. We were like, oh Jesus, he's gonna like be on a wild goose chase after getting Waterfall, but yeah, thankfully you did end up going to Victory Road to get that last item.
See, my logic for that was, okay, only a fool would actually do Nugget Hedge Maze without cut, and when I got Waterfall after the fact, it's...
Oh, you just didn't want to be that guy, I guess.
Basically, it's like, I felt like I was last to get cut, so it's going to be the other cut checks. Would lead me to an answer. I'm looking for one badge. I have Waterfall in my back pocket if I need it. I feel like a lot of my movement and everything else went really well, in my opinion. But
yeah, Drieky on the other hand, just his last badge was the Volcano badge. He because I guess because he didn't have Whirlpool, he didn't want to go and beat Claire. So
I mean, that's fair. I made that when I had that as my backup of like, I knew it was a bad location, so I'm like, okay, unless he's playing exactly like me and doing weird checks, I should have a bit of time to check cut before Waterfall.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting because you ended up doing things in just a pretty different order. Like, yeah, I mean, you'd probably have to watch it back to describe everything, to be honest. But yeah, Drieky has stuck with the Stantler all this time. It's been pretty nice for him. Just taking on red now. But yeah, great race. It was great to see so much divergence. Made it pretty tricky to really judge who was ahead at any given time.
Yeah, I know. I know Drieky's a really good racer, so I had to bring my A game for this one.
I have to ask, what goes into putting Rocket Tower in front of Cyanwood City?
Well, Rocket Tower. Talking about Radio Tower, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have Card Key. I have Claire unlocked. We have Surf, so it's a long chain that leads to 5 checks. I might find Basement Key, which is the one item I didn't find, but I could easily find Basement Key in there, and Radio Tower unlocks more things. Cyanwood is just going to sit there, and I can do a quick 5 fights whenever and get 4 checks, or 3 checks. No, 4 checks. Where Radio Tower could lead to, like, Dragon's Den, Radio Tower, basement. So that's like 19 checks, give or take. That's my logic to that.
Yeah, in the end, we didn't find a basement key or whirlpool, so we didn't have to do absolutely everything this time.
We're all worried that one of you two were going to stumble into whirlpool and just get stuck in this awful chain of just keeping on going back to like Route 27, Whirl Islands, all the way to Claire and Dragon's Den.
Oh, so how about that Kenya having teleport when I'm trying to check if it has a move that like dig or something? I accidentally it ate an extra input.
Oh, I see.
That's
that was not intentional. Of like, it's like, okay, what Pokemon is this? Does it have a move I can use or anything? Or potential main switch? Because Kenya, it's like, don't get me wrong, I loved the deer. The deer got me through the beginning real fast.
Anyway, we are joined by Drieky now as well. GG Drieky. Close race.
GG.
GG.
Yeah, I felt pretty good on this one. At the end, I mean, yeah, Volcano no badge was kind of random.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you ended up last locationing that one, and then Wingedge's last one was the Rainbow Badge in Victory Road. You know, just
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just it's tough when there's so much open to you and not many items left.
There was everything open, and the only checks I had left was the really bad, like plain blue and good 4. So yeah, also broke. But I was like, I want to wait a bit before going to do Claire. Claire is long. We don't have a wind pool. It's only 2 checks. There was so much else that I wanted to do before, and yes. Sadly enough, it was there.
Yeah, but that Stantler was really good. Definitely carried you. But
stab try.
Yeah, but I feel Drieky, you like I don't know what it was. You're just a burn magnet. This seed. It's just like you just kept getting burned by sacred fire after sacred fire. It was I don't know what it was,
so
but
many burns, yeah.
Let's not forget that we had Sacred Fire kind of take a little bite out of Wingedge later on too.
Yeah, in the rocket tower. So it was it just seemed to be everywhere this realm. I don't know what was going on there.
What did Drieky? What did you run?
The deer.
Oh, you just ran the deer the whole time.
Honestly, I went to the lab. First Pokemon I check is the deer. I didn't check the 2 other. I already took it, and I was like, okay, you're staying with me until at least the early game, and probably more. And yeah, I just skip it.
Drieky, I get to tell you missed on a Typhlosion if you wanted it.
There was a Typhlosion?
Yeah, it was the center ball.
Oh.
We had TMs for it too, but it just, the Pokemon fell into the lap with good moves all over the place, so this really didn't have a lot of bad choices to make in terms of swapping around.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this Stantler's moveset, certainly wouldn't be sad that I missed out on Typhlosion in particular.
Yeah, honestly, I like doing my... Just checking the early Pokemon. If there is one that I really like, I'm not really checking the other. I'm like, let's go with this, and we'll see what happens. So, and yeah, it went pretty well. I saw my special was... It was no DV special, but the attack was pretty good. That was probably... It was what Standler was for. It's stab normal and a support special with Surf, so no, it was perfect for the moveset. And yeah, fight went pretty well. It just I overchecked, I think.
Well, I mean, the right place to check is the place of the items, you know? Sometimes you're right and sometimes you're wrong.
You know, at the end of the day, Rando is going to Rando, and there are still plenty of opportunities for this one to kind of drag us down the wrong path. Luckily, we didn't see those.
Yeah, no, it was... I got baited by Waterfall, but I mean, who wouldn't? And yeah, if if it was Wimpool, I think I was going to clear right after, but
Yeah, we kind of figured that if if Whirlpool came up earlier, then you might have gotten Volcano Badge earlier than you did.
I was also hoping to find my Volcano Badge before Zephyr, but yeah.
That's how I felt about Hive. It's like, okay, give me Rainbow Badge, and then give me High Badge. That'll be great.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, it didn't happen for this time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we got treated to another close race today, and a bunch of close races today. A lot of excitement, and it's only the first day of the tournament, so there's a lot more of that to come.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an even more tightly packed day tomorrow. We've got, what was it, like 7 races tomorrow, I think? Yeah, 7 races tomorrow. I mean, I could list them all, but honestly, you're better off just checking the schedule, really. There is one more match today, though. We have in about an hour's time between Dirtswat and Roushmore. Those are 2 strong runners. That's going to be a good one. That will be on this very channel, in fact, on SpeedGaming. So yeah, be sure to check that one out if you're interested in more item rando. But yeah, so good race, guys. We had a great time watching. That's yeah, first race for both of you. So 1-0 for wingidge and 0-1 for Drieky. But early days yet. Plenty of time to get that 4-2 record that will guarantee you into the next round. Of course, if you get 3-3, you might also get into the next round, depending on the record of your opponents. But yeah, that's the situation. We're still early yet, and I'm sure we'll see plenty more wins from both of you. But yeah,
GG.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have anything else to say before we wrap up.
Nope, not really. Hope to see you in the bracket stages, Drieky.
Yeah, same. I'll try.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.